Hi, can everybody hear me? Are we on? Say something if I'm on. Can anybody? Okay, you can hear. See, all right, that's great. Hi, everyone. My name is Eli. My pronouns are they, them, and I've been an ML for California Elsewhere for about 5 years. I'm also known on the site as Twinkle Toes the Berserker. This year is going to be my 15th year doing NaNoWriMo. I've written 3 Nano novels, one of which actually just came out in April. Um, so today we're going to be talking about how to write by the seat of your pants, also known as pantsing. Um, all of us are pantsers sometimes. Even planners occasionally have moments of okay, so I know what to write next, but what do I write next? So I've planned a few exercises today to help you in the event that you reach a point in your novel or your writing where you don't know exactly what to write next. I'll also be talking about important nano prep for both planners and pantsers. Don't forget to like the stream and please subscribe to the NaNoWriMo channel. If you're watching this live, I see several of you saying hi. Tell me what you're writing. This year, I'm going to be writing a Viking era historical fantasy. How about the rest of you? Let's see what everybody's saying. I see lots of highs. Literary fiction from Lindsay Ewing, children's adventure from Robin Yamamoto. Let's see here. A series of short stories from Unorthodox. I missed the name. I see a dystopian from Vegan Life. Bethany Louise is writing a space opera adaptation of Mulan. That sounds awesome. Let's see here. Ahmad Abdullah is writing a gay Muslim romance novel. That sounds amazing. I want to read that so badly. Let's hear. Hi from the UK, from Holly. I'm going to mess that name up. Who is writing a paranormal thriller? That sounds amazing. Let's see here. Trying to write a completely new project, a space fantasy sword fighting tournament where the winner gets the right to marry the prince with the power to grant any wish. That sounds pretty cool, Marco Rodriguez. All right. Are we all ready for a prompt? Because I've got a pretty interesting one here. All right. So our first prompt is not exactly a writing prompt, but not exactly not a writing prompt. What we're going to do is for the first couple of minutes of the stream, we're going to write down in the chat some prompts that we can all write off of. And these are just short story prompts, things that we can use as a jumping point for a story, or things that you can use if you get stuck. For example, they can be anything as complex as a cat saves their human from starvation, or anything as simple as, for example, I once had somebody give me the prompt of geese, and that got me through a really hard scene. So go ahead, write down some prompts and see what you come up with. Anything is fine. Here's some interesting ones that a friend gave me last night. For example, a car won't start. A duck and a deer become friends. 3 shoes and none of them match. Cows. A cat sleeps while hugging a remote. Or a character wakes up in a different place and time than they fell asleep. Let's see what else we've got here. What color is the sky? How many moons and suns are there? From Elizabeth Scheierschmidt. Let's see here. Life living in a tree. That sounds good. Tammy Hine. Robin Yamamoto. A rabbit is sleeping on the front porch. Sandra Hendricks. Burned pancakes. That's a great one. And Andreja is saying moving from America to Europe. Oh, KDBL, a dollhouse with 3 broken dolls. Let's see here. Rebecca Cook, a lost spell book. That's a good one. Sam Horn, folk music in a spaceship. I like that. That's a great idea. Let's see here. Someone gets what they want and realizes they don't actually want it anymore. From Hannah Hacking. That's a good one. Michael Williams, Dreamwalking. Let's see here. I like that one, Christina Carpino. That song starts playing. What is that song? I want to know. Okay, so we've got a good number of prompts now. So now what we're all going to do is we're all going to pick a prompt, any prompt that was just listed, and we're going to write about it for about 10 minutes. And you can either write using your characters for November, or we can write just a quick short story, goes nowhere, just ideas. This is an exercise to teach you how to write using a prompt. Has everybody got a prompt? I think I'm going to do, Odin Calls Me to Valhalla from Michael Williams. I'm going to use that one with some of my characters from November. Are y'all ready? I've got my notebook. I'm going to be writing by hand. Is everybody ready? On your marks, get set. Set a timer for 10 minutes. All right, go. Okay, everyone, we've got about 2 minutes left if you're paying attention, and I'll let you know when the time is up. All right, my timer just went off. That's 10 minutes, everybody. So how'd everyone do? What were your prompts that you were using, and how much did you write? I wrote about a third of a page by hand, probably about 200 words, maybe 250. Words fall writes. I actually have an Alpha Smart. I'm not using it right now. Lori Taylor was using My Grass Can Talk and got 300 words. That's great. Let's see here. Ahmad Abdullah wrote 400 words on The Grass Speaking to You. Scars Like Velvet used the wrong plant and wrote 300 words. Somebody used, Rebecca Dugas used, I used burned pancakes and got 414 words. Let's see here. Plane Going Down from Michael, I'm going to mess that up. Plane Going Down for 302 words. Robin Yamamoto chose an accordion or ballet lessons and got 186 words. Very good. Oh, Faye, thank you for coming. It's okay that you missed the first exercise. We've got plenty more. Don't worry about it. Hannah Hacking took the accordion and tutu prompts and got just shy of 200 words. Very good. Unorthodox Yo-Yo, that is perfectly acceptable. Doing your own thing and brainstorming for your nano project. I was kind of doing that too, actually. Let's see here. Alexis Scales used burned pancakes and did 250 words. Probably leaving. Oh, I love that name. Got 86 or 68 words with someone looked into a mirror and said something to someone else prompt. Very nice. Okay, is everybody ready for the next exercise? This is a little different. Next, we're going to talk about things that you can do to get ready for Nano besides practicing writing. It's about 2 weeks now until Nano starts. Now is a very good time to start prepping. That includes important things like, what are you going to be eating during November? What are you going to be drinking during November? Is it going to be water? Is it going to be coffee or tea? Is it going to be soda? What are you drinking? If you have children, what are your child care plans during November? Where and how are you going to write? So, what are some other things that you need to think of when it comes to prepping for November? Feel free to type them in chat. I see somebody just said chocolate. Enough said. Yes. So, one of the things that I like to think about is rewards because I like to incentivize myself. So, like for example, a couple years ago, I had this incentive of if I wrote 50,000 words, I got to buy myself a brand new fountain pen, and I was so excited. And other things that I think about are things like food and snacks. What am I eating? I know I need to order my favorite tea, my favorite November tea. Let's see here. Arrangement with your partner for sharing child care duties. That's a good idea. I missed who it was. Um, calendaring the time to write, Linda Cinti. Very good. Vix Twix says tea, crackers, and music. Okay. Every 50,000, every 5,000 words, I get to spend the day writing at the coffee shop. Annoying. Okay, that sounds like a good idea. Have to clear my writing space, says a jumble of words or letters. Harney's Hot Cinnamon Spice Tea by Linda Cinti. That sounds delicious. Waking myself up early so I can get my writing time in before the kids wake up and work. Tammy Hine. That is a good idea. I've done that myself. Freezing a whole loaf of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, says analogy of what? Yes, that's not a bad idea at all. One thing that I was thinking of last night is if you have children who are old enough to write but too young to participate in Nano, you could get them involved in other ways. If they're old enough to write, you can always have them write a very short story every day during your writing time, or you could go to them when you're stuck and you need a prompt and say, "Hey kids, I need a prompt. What's something that I could work on?" Unorthodox Yo-Yo says, I think my writing time will be after the babies go to bed. That's not a bad idea. Start to write daily, doing more outlining of my stories, Jennifer Danes. Good idea. Starting now is a good idea. All right, so you've got some things to think about. For the next about 5 minutes, what I want us to do is I want us to pick 2 or 3 topics of the things that we were just talking about and write down some ideas for what we're going to do. You can write a list, you can write a paragraph, just write something down what you're going to be planning for November that's not necessarily related to writing about. You can feel free to keep chatting in the discussion. What are some obstacles you might face in November? So go ahead and I will start the timer right now. Let's see. I'm going to make a list because I know I have things that I'm forgetting. We're about halfway through the time. Hope your lists are going better than mine. Mine is, I'm pretty stalled. All right, that's time, everybody. What all did you write down? I can read my list because it's very short. I've got tea, coffee, gluten-free snacks. I am gluten-free. Inside versus outside writing. What pen and ink do I want to use? Laundry day. Alarms for watering plants. Music playlists. What all did you come up with? Let's see here. Doing more research than writing because I discovered interesting things that I actually don't need but can't stop because of my fascination about historical things. I understand you, Miko. Bethany Louise started their outline. That's good. That's a good step to have. Michael Williams, don't stress about things you can't change. That's a good tip. Let's see here. Have fun, says Robin Yamoto. Very good tip. Probably leaving says tea, coffee, granola bars, keeping up on your anxiety medicine. Very important. Walking your dog to get a break every once in a while. Try not to dwell on politics. That's a very important thing. Olivia Clark, no social media. I can totally get behind that. Candace M. Campbell says, have a writing friend. That's important. Are you on any of the NaNoWriMo Discords? I know a lot of regions have them. If not, find somebody on the forum to be your friend, to be your buddy. Michael Williams, putting NaNoWriMo before video games. Oh, yeah, that's a big thing. Tammy Hine, getting more into my characters' backstories, their outlines and character arcs, work on subplots, get homework ahead. Oh, yes, definitely get ahead of your homework if you have it. Oh, you have a writing group, Candace. That's great. Let's see, your words fall writes. My novel playlist, writing friends. Yep. Hannah hacking, pawning meal prep off on my roommate. Awesome. Waking up early enough to get homework done with enough time to write after. That is a good idea. Tammy Hind, you can find NaNoWriMo's Discord groups. They're pretty regional. Your region might have a Discord. If not, at the end of this, I will be talking a little bit about California Elsewhere. We have a Discord, and anybody is welcome to join. All right. So let's move on. Let's talk about what we do when we get stuck. So what are some things that you can do when you sit down to write a scene and your mind just goes completely blank on you? Here are some things that I do, for example. Um, Sometimes I go for a walk. Sometimes exercise can jog the brain into getting past the block that you've created. Sometimes I talk to people about where I'm stuck. I'm married, so I'll talk to my spouse. Or sometimes I'll call my mom or a friend and work past whatever's blocking me up. Sometimes I pull out a random prompt generator. If you have kids, they are great for this. I have actually called my sister-in-law and said, "Okay, I need Keisha on the phone for like 2 minutes. Keisha, honey, tell me something that you want to see in a story." Um, and Here's a big one. I'll read what I had written previously, and sometimes there's a spot where I had written myself into a corner. If I've written myself into a corner, first of all, I don't delete anything because you never know when you are going to want what you have written in a different place in your story. But I will press enter several times after I found the spot where I'm stuck, go back to that spot, and then I'll try writing it from a different angle and see where I can come up with ideas. So let's see here. I read or play music, Bethany Louise says, or take a walk. Sometimes taking a break helps. Absolutely. Imaginos Destunova, I lie down with my cat, relax and fantasize about ideas, then I stand up and forget entirely. Oh, I understand that. Take a 15-minute break, walk outside, talk to friends, try to get feedback first before deleting. Oh, never delete anything, Birds Rule. Never delete. You never know when you're going to need something. Cats in Ponderland. When I get stuck, I ask a friend or my spouse and try to act out the scene and see how a human would react. I actually act out scenes all the time. Hannah B, have a dragon make an appearance in the scene, and once you're in a better place, because of said dragon, edit the dragon out of your scene. That's great. Skipping around to different scenes, probably leaving says. That's actually not a bad idea. I've heard that work for a lot of people. I personally am somebody who has to write in sequence, but I used to skip around and I would get a lot more word content when I would skip around. I just never was able to piece everything together. Faye Wings says keep all of your bloopers in a second Word document. That's a great idea. Let's see here. Change the point of view character. Also walk up and down the driveway a few times on occasion. That's a good idea. Russell Coleman says push-ups and sit-ups until writing seems easier. I'm going to do that this year. I'm going to steal that. That's a great idea, Russell. Tell a stuffed animal all about your story, says Annoying. Annoying, you are absolutely right. I have actually used, I have a little rubber ducky that I usually keep in the bathroom, but during November it lives next to my computer. And I'll read my story to it and sit there and go, oh, I see what I did wrong. Get out of the house, says Hannah Hacking. Take a laptop or notebook out to the yard or park or somewhere. Fresh air can work wonders. Yes. Another thing that I tend to do is if I'm writing, for example, this year I'm going to be writing all of my novel by hand, which is not something I usually do. But one of the things I'm going to be doing this year is if I get stuck writing by hand, I'm going to switch to computer. And if I get stuck on the computer, I'll go back to writing by hand. Sometimes just changing the way that you write actually helps quite a bit. Let's see here. Bethany Louise always writes by hand. More power to you. This is my first year doing it, and it'll be interesting. Okay. Your roommate is your rubber duck. That's great, Hannah Hacking. I'm glad that you have such a willing roommate. Oh, Robin Yamamoto throws their protagonist the worst possible curveball. Yeah. Tendo Queen, mindfulness helps. Just taking a breath, getting out of your head, and noticing everything around you really helps get you unstuck. That's great. That's actually not a bad idea. If you can do meditation, or if you've never done meditation, just try it for 5 minutes. You never know if it'll help. KDBL says bird watching. All right. So that's a lot of really good ideas. How about we move on to the next sprint? Once again, we're going to take 2 minutes and just throw out some random prompts. Once again, these can be anything, and you can write anything off of these prompts at the end of 2 minutes. It doesn't have to be related to November. It can be the beginning of a short story. It can be something that you throw out in 5 minutes. Just whatever you want. And then we're going to write for 10 minutes at the end of this 2 minutes. So what are some random prompts that you can come up with? Let me see what I've got. I had some written down. A plastic bag rolls along the ground. Deer. A monkey finds a green banana. Or a family stays in an unusual Airbnb. Let's see here. A broken mirror, a day to forget, what my tarot reading told me. This Tuesday will be different. Suddenly, a puppy. Rat scurrying through dumpsters in a nearby alley. Your MC gets a certified letter they weren't expecting. A flower for forgiveness. You wake up from a nightmare. Why was it so terrifying? Pizza can talk. Look, a squirrel. Oh, look, that's my everyday. How many times have I died again? That's a good question. That's a good prompt, Marco Rodriguez. Let's see here. My clothes come alive and they wear me. Ooh, Ahmad Abdul, that sounds like a horror prompt. I kind of like that, actually. Let's see here. Vix Twix says something falls from the upper floor. Stephen Lawrow says snow in July. Leslie Flemons, you work at a spaceship. That sounds pretty cool. Tendo Queen, the house is alive and has a lot to say. Ooh, that's a good one. All right, those are some great prompts. Let's go ahead and start that timer for another 10 minutes. On your mark, get set, pick a prompt, any prompt, and write. About 5 more minutes. About 2 more minutes. And that is time. How did everybody do? I wrote quite a bit, actually. I wrote about half a page by hand. If anybody wants to read something, I'm going to read a little bit of the what I wrote. The map in Skeety's hand pointed out the way into the cavern and along the path that no living man was meant to walk. Anybody else got anything good? Linda Cinti got 313 words with recycling day and a severed head. Ooh, nice. Christina Carpino did 331 with recycling day gone wrong. I like that. Leslie Flemons wrote 279 words with seeing your own funeral as the prompt. Words Fall Right got 11 words. Hey, that is more than you had when you started. Stephanie Rubio got 200 words with the nightmare prompt. Nice. Muzu Senshi got 184 words with my bosses are aliens. Nice. Unorthodox Yo-Yo says, no one in this world can stop me. I'm not from this world. Very nice. Probably Leaving got 153 words. Fern looked up as a creak echoed down the hall. She scurried off her bed and ran to the door as another step sounded someone's presence. Ooh, I like that. Michael Williams, a kid who doesn't know how that his imagination can be projected into real objects at about 198 words with my pine cone is a real grenade. Ooh, I like that. 220 words with Aquarius Al, 220 words with finding my wedding ring in the pocket of a friend's jacket. Ooh. Jennifer Danes, he cursed out loud, his perfect plans laid to waste, upsetting his training plan. He hated when interruptions made their way into his life, the same way she had. Ooh, very nice. Let's see here. Vocal Lily got 257 words with the tarot reading prompt inserted into a Harry Potter fanfiction. Very nice. Let's see here. Sam Horn, Snow in July, 127 words and counting. Very nice. All right, we don't have a lot of time left, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up. So thank you everyone so much for watching. I really enjoyed this. This was a lot of fun. I hope that this was at all helpful to anyone. Getting stuck writing by the seat of your pants or not knowing what to write next can be very stressful. But as long as you don't panic, as long as you keep calm and work through it, I know that you can all be successful this November. Once again, I'm Eli Quake. I'm the Municipal Liaison for California Elsewhere. Any of you are welcome to join my region. We welcome visitors, and I'll be hosting events throughout November, as will my co-MLs. Don't forget to like the stream and subscribe to the NaNoWriMo channel for future videos. I hope that you all have a great rest of your day, great evening, great morning, whatever you're having. Happy time zone, and have a great Nano, everybody. Bye-bye.